Hello. Today I'm going to speak a little bit about what's in my camera bag. Now, even though I say that your photography is not defined by your camera gear, I still think that it's pretty interesting to know the kind of equipment that we use to make our photography. And so let's take off the rucksack. Yeah, this is what I'm using at the moment. It's a low Pro Tactic BP 350 AW2. No, I didn't learn that by heart. It's written here, so it's quite easy for me to say. Not very good with names. Took a few photos as well, so I'm going to show you what it looks like normally. My son is helping me with the filming. Thank you very much. Excellent job you're doing there. And yeah, the reason why I took a few photos is because normally I've got my photography equipment in here, as well as the little camera that I'm using for filming. And obviously that's not inside here. So now when we're going to open the bag, you will see my photography equipment, but not the little camera I'm using to film the YouTube videos. Okay, so you can see here on the side, I've put my tripod, which is a tripod I've had for 10 years now. It's, oh yeah, before I carry on, I don't know, apparently you have to say this in videos. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. These are just the things that I've bought over the years and that work quite well for me. Okay, so with this little disclaimer, let's carry on. I've got my big tripod here with me that I've had for 10 years. It's a Gitzo tripod, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry? Oh yeah, I've got a little tripod as well for my videos when I'm not helped by anyone. So yeah, I've got my big photography tripod here. See, this is what it looks like. Not too fast moving, very good. And on top of it, I've got quite a heavy tripod head, a ball head from Arca Swiss. I've had these two for 10 years now. Sometimes I find it a little bit heavy, but it's great for holding your camera steady. In the past I used to have a Nikon D800, which did not have any stabilization, no IBIS, so it was ideal for that kind of gear. And even nowadays it doesn't hurt to have a stable tripod. The only thing is I haven't found out the perfect way to carry it yet. If I put it into this little pouch here at the bottom, then I just find that the whole thing sits a little bit too high. I would have to take my tripod head off. I'd have to take my tripod head off and put it into the bag, but the bag, as you will see, is already quite full. So for now I just put it in here, which works all right because it's dangling down a little bit. But when I put it on, it's a little bit awkward. See, I'm going like this. It's all right. But once it's on, I like the way the tripod is hanging here on the side. It's leaning against my hip. And then I can close the straps here. One. And also the breast strap, whatever you call it. Breast strap. Here we go. So now let's have a look. Let's put this on the ground here. And yeah, we're into excellent filming. Thank you. So, what I like about this rucksack and what I don't like. One thing which is great is that finally I can put a backpack just down like this and open it. I really like it when the rucksacks open like this, because in the past I just had normal mountaineering rucksacks, hiking rucksacks, and I was already putting them down like this, but obviously I wasn't able to open them towards the back like this. I had to stand them up, and it was sometimes a little bit difficult to get access to things. The other thing that I don't like so much about these kinds of dedicated photography rucksacks is that I found them quite heavy. Like already, I think this one weighs, I think, 2 kilos roughly, which would be around 4 pounds when it's empty. And I find that's pretty heavy already. I'd have to compare it with my the very big mountaineering rucksack, and just see. In fact, hang on a second, I think I'm going to take the other rucksack out so I can show you the alternative of what I use when I'm not just out for an hour or two or something. Let's just turn it off for now. Okay, so now I got my other rucksack that I usually sometimes take in the mountains when I'm not using this one, when it's a little bit longer or when I need more stuff. It's an Osprey. The exact name is written here somewhere, Zenith 75. So that's like a seriously big rucksack into which I can put lots of things. I've got my first aid kit up here. And I was wrong before when I was saying that this one is lighter than the other bag. Not at all, no. This one is more like 2.5 kilos, closer to 5 pounds. And this one is 2.1 kilos. It just feels heavier, I suppose, maybe because it's smaller, more compact. But the advantage of the weight, obviously, is that it's rugged as well, and it doesn't break so easily. It's really good quality. The only thing for me is that quite often I go to the mountains. I can get all sorts of weather. And in these kind of bags, the dedicated photography bags, I find that you can really only put your photography equipment. So if I want to change clothes, take off a layer, all of that, I wouldn't have any space in here anymore. Whereas with this kind of bigger rucksack, it's much easier to handle all your equipment. Right, so when I open the camera bag, here on the side, the bit that's empty right now, this is where I would have my little camera that I'm filming with normally. So I just switched to a DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Beforehand I was using my Fujifilm XH1 for filming and photography, but I wanted something more dedicated for videos because I'm using my Fujifilm for the photos. So I decided to get something small and easy, something really lightweight, because I already have a lot of weight taken up by my photography equipment. And with the DJI Osmo Action 5, I'm not losing a lot of weight. Okay, so I'm using it with the extension grip and a mini tripod from Manfrotto for now. Would be ideal to have 2 big tripods, but I'm not getting any younger, and this equipment is pretty heavy already. So as I mentioned before, this is how I open my rucksack. And then here we have my main photography camera, which is a Fujifilm XH1. I mentioned in other videos that I've spent a little bit too much money, and I don't know, I was just switching between camera systems and wanting to try out all sorts of stuff, which really wasn't all that great. And now that I've got my Fuji XH1 here, it's not necessarily better than the other things I tried out. In many cases it's probably worse, but I've decided that I'm not going to switch around anymore. It's a good size for me. I like the photos it takes. It's easy, it's good, you know. I like it. Here on the side I've got these Peak Design clips for when I want to put on a shoulder strap. Here in the bag I'm storing it without the shoulder strap because I read that it can scratch the screen here on the back, which wouldn't be so great. So the shoulder strap, I've got it here in the top bit. Just taking it out now here. Yeah, it's pretty easy to put on these clips. Just put it in here. Can do it with one hand. And then here, the other one. It just needs to be the right way around. Yeah, here we go. So here we go. Just going to put the camera on the side for now. Yeah. And then something that I've been doing a lot recently is take audio recordings of nature. I really like to be able to capture the sound atmosphere of the place where I am. So I've got a Zoom F3 field recorder. So the Zoom F3 is connected to an XLR microphone, which is really just a very simple but very good quality little microphone like this. Here I've got the USB 3 out, which I connect to my power bank sometimes, which is just a cheap power bank. I need this because the other day I tried out to do what you call a drop rig. So I went there in the evening, put all my recording up and picked it up in the morning. It was really beautiful because I was able to capture the first sound of the birds as they were singing in the morning in the middle of a forest. So I've got this here on the side. Let's just be careful with the cable. And then here in the middle, that's a little bit extravagant, and maybe I'm not going to carry this with me all the time, but it's really good quality earphones, headphones, which I'm using with the field recording equipment so that I actually know what I'm going to capture and so that I can move the microphone around a little bit. So, and these are the same kind of microphones that I'm using for my YouTube videos. Here just a little rocket blower to clean the camera, the sensor, the lens if I need. Most of the cleaning I do at home where I've got my proper cleaning equipment. But in case something bad happens or if there's some sand around, quick clean can't hurt. I've been fascinated with vintage lenses recently. So here we've got the 2 vintage lenses that I own at the moment with the adapters to be able to use it with the XH1, sorry. So here we have the Carl Zeiss Siena Biotar 1:2. It's a 58 millimeter lens. It's written 5.8 centimeters here. See, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. I like to say that it's around the same age as my dad. And here at the back, see, it's an M42 mount, which does not exist anymore nowadays. That's why I've got this adapter here. I believe it's K&F design. Yeah, K&F concept. So here you've got the M42. You can screw it together here. Let's do it quickly. See, this, and then here, and then you put it on the back of your Fujifilm lens. Right, let's close this. Right, let's close this. Here I've got another vintage lens. This one, don't worry, it says Tamron, but it's not Tamron. So this is another vintage lens I bought recently. It's a 135 millimeter 2.8 lens. I like these lenses because they are quite small, you know, they just fit into my hand here. A modern lens would probably be quite a bit bigger at that kind of 2.8 aperture. So what I really like as well is that here you've got all the values here, the clicky apertures from 2.8 all the way to 32, f32. So in a way, yeah, that's quite satisfying to move this around. And here, this big ring for focusing. Obviously, it's manual focus, which is fine with my slow photography. You can see there's a little bit of dust here. So we'll just give it a bit of rocket blower here. Let's take care of these old lenses. Yeah, let's put that one away. Okay, here, this is just the batteries for my DJI Osmo Not even sure if I need it. I'm just a little bit traumatized because before, when I was filming with my Fujifilm camera, the batteries were dying all the time. Like I had 3 batteries with me, but even that didn't seem to be enough for a whole shooting day. But with the action camera, it's very different. Now there's so many things I don't need to worry anymore. I can really concentrate mainly on what I'm going to say in my videos and on the photography, which in the end is the most important thing. Look, here are some accessories. We've got some batteries for my Fujifilm X-H1, which it needs, unfortunately. What else? A cable release, which I don't use too often because I don't go out too often in low light anymore. But if I want to have a really good, precise work on a tripod, then that definitely helps. What do we have in here? Some, yeah, I take a few of these straps usually for when I do my field, the audio recording, so that there are no cables dangling around and making some funny noises. And here there's nothing in it at the moment, but here's quite a big pocket. So what do we have in here? We have, it's a bit heavy, but I find that important for my creative kind of process. We've got a pen, obviously. I like these nice metal pens. So this is just a notebook I like to use for my creative process. Even though I don't mind the digital kind of equipment, I also like film cameras and this kind of more touchy-feely kind of stuff where you can actually feel the paper, see it, it's got a color, write, this kind of analog process I think is really important. And so I can write down my thoughts, or if I have some ideas. Yeah, it's called a sketchbook. It works really well as well for my children. So we can write down big thoughts or just fun kind of things. And sometimes, you know, I have these ideas when I'm out taking pictures for projects or other things later, and it's very easy to just forget about it. And once it's gone, it's gone. I've got a really bad memory. Okay, so I think this was it mostly. Yeah, other than that, I obviously take some food and drink with me, but it's hard to fit into this camera bag. That's why I'm a little bit torn. Like for quick shoots like this, when I go out for 1 or 2 hours, it's perfect. But if I really go for a longer half day out, a day in the mountains, then I would probably use the Osprey bag here, the big one. That's still my favorite kind of equipment, but it's true that once this one is completely full, it's a bit heavy on the back as well. And as I said, I'm not getting any younger. One thing I didn't show you yet is that on the Osprey bag I've got this little, what do you call that, a camera clip here, which is useful as well if you just want to have your camera on there and just take pictures as you're hiking without stopping too often. And as anyone knows with little children, stopping too often to take pictures can be tricky because they don't like that. That's true, isn't it? Okay, so I hope you found this video interesting. Let me know down in the comments what kind of camera bag you have, and also if you have any suggestions. Have a good day, have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.